This is Dan of 𝗥𝗲𝗂𝗡.
𝗙𝐵𝐵 from Hoi An.
And in today's video, we want to share with you our top 5 places to retire in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And they're not the same. We have differences of opinion.
I miss Vietnam.
I do too. We're in Eastern Europe now, if you don't know, but we really love it. Vietnam's one of our favorite. We're also enjoying Eastern Europe, but it's a little cooler here than we like. We like to walk around in shorts and t-shirts.
Let's back talk about Vietnam.
Okay.
It's more fun.
All right, good. So we're also we haven't only been to 5 cities, okay? We've been all around Vietnam. We're just gonna name the cities quick. Then we'll go through and each talk about what each of our top 5 is and why we like them, maybe pros and cons kind of things. And then after that, we'll go back and talk about the cities we visited, why we like them, and maybe why they're not in the top 5. Make sense?
Sure.
Okay, good. So let's go through them. We started in Hanoi,
Hoi,
Da Nang,
Hoi An,
Nha Trang,
Đà Lạt,
Mune,
Vũng Tàu,
Ho Chi Minh.
Phu Quoc.
That's it. We went to all of those places. And now we want to talk about, we're going to go backwards. 5th, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 is our favorite. Okay, so you want to start?
Sure.
What's your 5th?
Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh. And what do you see as the pros and cons?
Ho Chi Minh, how do I say? I know people would think Ho Chi Minh is nightlife, crazy, motorbike, but for me, Ho Chi Minh City, it seems like Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Bangkok in Thailand. It's a big city, but you still have people retire there because they not stay in a crowded, crazy party area. They stay outside the party area. So they have their quiet life, which is I can have my quiet life, and I can have a crazy life sometime if I want to, and I can get on in the international airport to everywhere I want, and also the hospital will be better choices in the capital city.
Those are great. It's a great way to analyze it. So for me, Ho Chi Minh, it reminded me a little bit like Los Angeles. It's a spread out city, but all sorts of stuff going on. You'll never get bored there. It's sort of like the Los Angeles of Vietnam. It's also, sunny and like that and warm. Also, it's shopping. When I think of Ho Chi Minh, I think of all the malls there, all the markets, like everything in the world is there, it seems like. And then also they have that crazy walking street with all the women dancing in the windows and whatnot. For me, the reason it didn't make it into the top 5 really, I would say, is because it's so spread out. They do have public transportation there going in all directions, but it takes a while to get some places, during rush hour and that kind of thing. And also, it's such a big city, the air quality isn't the best. So that's kind of my Ho Chi Minh. That's why it didn't make my top. So that's your number 5.
Yes.
So for my number 5, I picked Hoi. So Hoi is in the north, and it's sort of the historical, cultural capital of Vietnam. It has the royal palace there, and it has the tombs of all the former rulers. And so it's, in terms of culture, it's like, it doesn't get any thicker than in Hoi. And so it's a fascinating place, and it's also very Vietnamese. Although it is also, it's on every tourist thing because it's such a cultural place. But it's also like the neighborhoods, outside of the packed center are very Vietnamese. You get great food there and great people, and
they also have a nice nightlife also over there.
Yeah, they do.
It's a small kind of version of the Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
But don't have like the girly kind of thing.
No, it's not. It's more conservative.
Conservative, but it's more like a hippie, like a young people drinking, social, that kind of thing.
Live music,
yes.
That kind of stuff. And then the cons for me is it's cooler weather because it's so far north, and there's not as many expats there. For me, that's not a bad necessarily, but many people want to be around other people from their home country, and there's some of that there, but most of these people passing through on tours. So that's my 5th. So what is your 4th, Trang?
My 4th is Đà Lạt.
Đà Lạt?
Yeah.
And what do you like about Đà Lạt?
Đà Lạt, I like it because of the cool weather. What about you?
For me, the reason I like Đà Lạt is that in the summers, Vietnam can get pretty hot. And Đà Lat's up at a higher elevation up in the mountains. So it has the gorgeous tea plantations, it has a terraced rice fields, it has a beautiful lake. It was the capital, the summer capital during the French period. So it's a charming place. It's very green and beautiful and cooler. So it's a great place to live if you don't want the hot weather in the summers. The cons, it's 4 hours from the beach, and in December it can be 55 Fahrenheit, which is 13 Celsius, which to some of you that's not going to seem that cold, but for Southeast Asian lovers like me, it's a bit cool.
Yeah, you have.
And that's only in December. It warms up pretty quick after that.
Yeah, it's in the, you need to get long sleeve and everything. And also one of the cons is because of the way to go up to the Dalat. I got car sick.
The road is windy.
So if I want to move to Dalat, I think I will stay there until whenever I want to leave. Then I will leave over and go up.
You'd fly away, right? You don't just
I
fly
hope
there.
they have an airport over there. Then I will in love with that. You know, perfect place.
I don't know if they have an airport or not.
That's why.
What about third?
So what is your third?
My third is Hoi An. Hoi An was 30 minutes south of Da Nang.
Yeah.
And so it's not far from Da Nang, so you have the nightlife there and the shopping and the great expat community in Da Nang. But it's more of a culturally rich city. And during the 15th century was one of the largest trading posts in Southeast Asia. So you have these gorgeous Chinese merchant mansions everywhere and temples. And so it's a UNESCO place. It's just beautiful to walk around.
They call Disneyland in Vietnam.
I'm sorry?
Some people call that a Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland, yeah, Vietnam.
Like we go in there, it's like, wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but it does have some cons. It's kind of touristy and crowded.
Oh, very touristy in that small old town. Old town.
Yeah, and it's up in the north near Da Nang, so it has a little bit shorter summers. It can get cold and rainy in the winter season. So that to me is amazing. That's why it's only in third.
Yeah, my third is Hoi, and you already explained for every good thing about the Hoi. So,
Yeah.
And I love that small town feeling, and you have the nightlife, not the crazy nightlife, live music. So I like it, and they also have a very nice food around over there.
Yes,
So,
it's great food
Yeah.
there. So that brings us to we're in second now.
Yes. So our second or first is how to say?
We're gonna have to visit each other, I guess, because you'll be in one, I'll be in the other. And I just changed mine for this video. But what is your second?
My second is Nha Trang.
Nha Trang.
And your second?
My second is Da Nang.
And my first is Da Nang, and your one is
It's
Nha
Nha Trang, yeah.
So we should say what's Nha Trang made you that to put it at the first, and I will explain my one.
Yeah, okay, so the reason we just spent time in both Nha Trang and Da Nang, and it was really close. I mean,
It's
I love them.
close.
I love them both really close.
Yeah.
But in doing the research for this video, that's something I found out, and that is that Nha Trang, 11 months of the year, it has 6 or more hours of sunshine on average per day. Whereas it rains a lot and it's overcast and it's colder in Da Nang. And so I'm sunny weather guy. I wear the block, wear the hat, wear the long sleeve, but I've got to have sun around me every day. And they both have beautiful beaches. So for me, weather played the role in my switch from Da Nang to Nha Trang. What about you?
I would pick Da Nang is because Da Nang is not so touristy like Nha Trang. Nha Trang is very touristy, and because Nha Trang, the city is in the center together with the local people, community. But in Da Nang, all the big hotel is on the far away side, on the way to go to Hoi An side. So it's not so crowded, you know. And Da Nang will be more quiet. I like quiet places. So,
Right.
And Da Nang have a lot of the good food as well, because that's one of the places those digital nomads want to go there. And so every day they will have the nightlife, night event. They even have a website about today is what live music or band or what, a lot of evening running around in Da Nang. That's why I like it. Yeah.
So, but again, Da Nang's in the north, it's cooler, that's the con for it. So you're gonna have to you're going to have to go through 2 or 3 months of pretty heavy rain and overcast. And you will see sunshine once in a while, but that to me is enough because I love them both so much to flip the script. For me, the Nha Trang, the 11 months, they have that gorgeous beach park along the beach, and the city is just gorgeous itself. Which is kind of nice. Sometimes you just feel like a city with malls and just a lot going on around you. Whereas the Hoi An beach is away from Da Nang, and it's you're like in a small, quaint little village there when you're in the expat area of Hoi An beach. I don't think anyone should pick one before they've tried both. So
those are our favorite place. So what is your favorite place?
Yeah, great point. So Chung made this point before the video. We want to make sure to tell you guys that's our take on this. There are people living all over expats living all over Vietnam. Some like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh is #1, and Vung Tau, Phu Quoc is a famous resort area with white sand beaches. And that brings up the next thing. We wanted to tell them why some of the places we didn't pick.
The first one is
I've lived in 70 countries. 17 years ago, I left the United States and I've never looked back. I have made hundreds of mistakes living overseas, international banking mistakes, visa mistakes, dating mistakes, scams and ripoffs, money mistakes, and safety mistakes that you should avoid. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Cover your backside when you move overseas and make extra money so inflation and stupid decisions won't send you home early. Grab my free ebook.
The first one is Hanoi.
Hanoi, yeah. So Hanoi for me is sort of the Paris of Vietnam, which, wow, wouldn't that be amazing? It's where the culture is, and where the capital is. And it's where they have this lake in the center with temples on it. It's just really a charming place. Nightlife, it's very sophisticated. But the air quality in Hanoi, it's not good air. And it's 100 miles or 165 kilometers from the beach. Now that beach is Ha Long Bay, so it's amazing once you get there, but it's a long drive. It's not something you would want to do every weekend if you're a beach lover. Next up is Mune. What do you think about Mune? Neither of us picked it.
Yeah, Mune is quite a small town.
Right.
So, and it's the town that you need to have your motorbike.
Yeah.
The place that we choose is, we don't need to have a motorbike over there.
Yeah.
Walking distance to buying stuff like vegetable to the restaurant. Once a week, take a Grab car,
or public transportation
to the supermarket to get something that you need. If you need buy a big one or anything.
Right.
So that is why I'm not choosing Mune.
Yeah, for me, Mune's, it's beach life, but it's more of a local fishing village feel to it. It's kind of a hard landing, not a lot of expat, other than people coming and going, tourists. And a lot of the tourists are Vietnamese, so it's not as much, the English is not as well developed in that town. And there's very few expats, I already mentioned that, but it's a little small for me. Not much to do. But it does have those sand dunes. If you ever wanted to snowboard on sand dunes, it has that. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, I remember, but no one wants to go there like every week.
Yeah, it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah, and the next one is Vung Tau. What do you think about Vung Tau?
So Vung Tau is nice. I think it's a great place because it's only, I think it was a couple hours from Ho Chi Minh, maybe 2.5 hours. And it's a charming little beach area, a beach city. It's not super small, so it has some stuff going. It's a very easy beach life.
Yeah, I would say that it's a simple life over there.
Very simple and easy, and it's far enough from Ho Chi Minh, and you have the ocean breeze, where the air quality is better.
Oh yeah, the air quality definitely.
But it's just it's a little bit on the limited side for me. It's a little small,
So the last one is Phu Quoc that we didn't put, but Phu Quoc is an island life.
Yeah, so Phu Quoc is one of the places where, check online, things change, but Phu Quoc is a place where often they have like a special on visas because they're attracting, for example, they like to attract a lot of the Chinese down there, and also various countries you have to check and see. But so it's sort of like an international famous or not retirement, but vacation spot with white sand beaches. They have these red starfish, They have this island that's just like a big
cable car.
with like rides and stuff you want to take your kids to.
Yes.
And like they're putting in new hospitals all over them. So they're really, it's like the future expat mecca, and they're selling condos there and stuff. But it just felt, I don't know, for me it just felt like I liked the little village there that we shopped at and we lived near.
Oh yeah.
And the beaches were very calm, and the waters, it is vacation paradise for sure. Beautiful beaches. But I just didn't see, it wasn't substantive enough for me. It didn't feel Vietnamese enough. It just felt like it was too influenced by international.
Very touristy.
Very touristy, yeah.
There's a lot of tourists over there.
But you got to, so think about these places we wouldn't live. If you decide to go to Vietnam, retire there, these are all great places to consider for a vacation from your retirement location. And by the way, we have reports on all of them, retired cheap reports. And so you can enjoy them whenever you want to.
Yes.
So, by the way, up here on the right, I'll put a playlist for all of the videos we've done in Vietnam. I think there's like 80 or 90 videos, so you can see videos.
Yeah.
That's the YouTube playlist for Vietnam.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.